Okay, and apologize me for not knowing which officer it was, but I believe the one witness you called was the wife of one of the deputies or ex-wife of one of the deputies.
Yes, Miss Grooms was the ex-wife of Sean Grooms, the one who had been called the Hunchback. I called him Quasimodo during the trial.
And so she completely, and correct me if I'm wrong, he claims that part of the damages was that this led to his divorce. And
He said during depositions it was a contributing factor to his divorce.
Contributing factor to his divorce. Okay. Now, is that sworn testimony when you're giving depositions?
Oh God, yes, you are placed under oath, and
Okay.
you are to you're supposed to tell the truth, and that's where, even looking back, if you look back at Brian Newland perjured himself one time. We just don't know, was it on the stand or in depositions? Because in depositions, I asked him, "Did you kick in the door?" and he said he didn't know who kicked in the door. Yet on the stand at trial, he said he kicked in the door. So we now know that something's wrong, and that's where a lot of information was coming out.
Right. So there's one case right there. He perjured himself somewhere because he flip flopped. And then you have this other officer's wife who says, no, it played absolutely no role. And a police department and justice system that cares about the integrity of the work of their agents and officers and deputies would be like, uh-oh. I mean, I
Well,
looked at his wife and was like, his ex-wife, and said, she seemed incredibly credible.
I mean,
And
she's taught most of our. She's a well respected teacher in the community and everything, and she's a very very nice lady. I will say though, just to bounce off you, ask a question. Do you think this would made Brady material? Because I've often wondered, would this case and all the depositions equal Brady material that these officers would have to have disclosed?
that's a very good question. That's a very good question. Probably. Yeah, I think so. I just am so sick of constantly all over the country. Now, by all means, ladies and gentlemen, it's not every officer, but the bad ones are hurting the good ones. These guys screwed up. They rushed to judgment for whatever was the motivation behind it. They rushed to judgment, did a bad warrant, got a bad warrant, then executed a bad warrant, then executed it poorly, then maybe stole some money, then perjured themselves. A couple of them, it seems like, perjured themselves either in depositions or trial, and nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So they're testifying in court still because they're still doing cases, they're still arresting people. That reality, and that's all over the country, is ridiculous. And if they always say police community relations, get those people, make examples of those officers, and make it seem that you're doing something. In Cook County, they have a do not call. They had a do not call list, a list of officers they believe they perjured themselves, and the prosecutors kept a list. They would never call them again, and they told the departments, "Here's Officer Smith. We're never calling him again." So I don't know what you're going to do with him, but he can't be on the street because if he's an officer in a case, we're just dropping it.
Well, that's one of the things I find strange with it is it's almost as if officers believe they got to support each other right or wrong, and it's like, no. I mean, attorneys, we don't support each other right or wrong. If you did something wrong, we call it out, and we call each other out all the time. Actually, we even have the ethical obligations to report each other. It just seems like officers tend to worry that they can't do that, and so you lose a lot of your policing ability.
And I don't understand it either, as you talked about doing it with lawyers. I used to be in the jury business a lifetime ago, and people come to us, Jeweler Smith screwed me. Okay, let me take a look. Yeah, you got screwed. Or no, you didn't get screwed, but this is why. We would just be honest. I have no connection to Jeweler Smith. And if he screwed you, I'm going to tell you the truth. Thanks for staying with us to the end. If you believe in this work, like this video and subscribe to help us amplify our message. And if you want to be part of the change, check out the links below to support or get involved.